Hi everyone, and welcome to this beginner-friendly tutorial on Java programming. My name is Mentör, and I'm proud to represent the Scorpions 7672 programming team. Today we are focusing on Java programming, one of the most popular programming languages in the world. You might wonder why Java is so widely used. Here are some key reasons. First, Java can be used for developing web applications, mobile apps, or even the games. It's platform independent, meaning you can write code once and run it anywhere with a Java Virtual Machine (JVM). Java is known for its community support and extensive libraries that make development faster and easier. Whether you're completely new to Java programming or transitioning from another language, this tutorial is designed to help you build a strong foundation in Java. By the end of this season, you'll know how to set up your environment, write and run your first Java program. So let's get started on this exciting journey into Java programming. I will use VS Code in this whole session. So let's create our first ever Java project that writes a simple hello world. First, let's hit the new file, but right here, and type a.java. Okay, this is our class. A class is a blueprint for object in Java. It is the container that groups related methods and data. The name of this class is A, as you can see here. Also, everything inside this curly bracket defines the content of this A class. So let's just continue. You can just hit the tab to autocomplete. Let me just... Okay. Public means the class is accessible from the other classes. Static, this indicates that the method belongs to the class itself and can be called without creating an instance of the class. Void means the method does not return any value, and string args is a parameter of the method representing any array of strings, which we will see later. It can hold command line arguments passed to the program. Also, let's just... this is the print command in Java, and it's all done. You can just run the program by hitting this Run Java button. This is our terminal, and you can see it writes Hello World in here. If you change this Hello World to A or something, it will write A. And now let's look at the variables and data types. In Java, we use the variables to storage data. Java has different data types for different kind of data. Let's look at some examples. To storage any integer, we use int. For decimal numbers, we use double. To storage a single character, we use char. And for true or false values, only for true or false, we use boolean. Let's look at the variables right here. Int age means age is only can be integer, and it equals 25. So whenever I write age, it means it's 25. It's same for all the other variables like price, grade, or is Java fun. Let's just run the program and see. Age is 25, price is 19.99, like that. Let's continue with if-else. The if-else statement allows us to make decisions in our program based on a condition. Let's create an example program that checks whether users are adult based on their age. We have to first create an age integer, a variable, my age is 16. Then we will just if age is bigger than 18, just write you are an adult. But if it's not, write you are you are a kid. Now the if statements checked the condition inside is true. If this is true, it will write you are an adult, but if it's not true, it will write you are a kid. Let me just start the program. It writes you are a kid because my age is 16. But if I change this to 25, we'll just run it again. It will write you are an adult because 25 is bigger than 18. In programming, when we need to repeat a task multiple times, we use loops. One of the most common types of loops in Java is the for loop. It allows us to execute a block of code repeatedly for a specific number of times. Here is the skeleton of for loop. And let me just explain this. First, let me look at the initialization. This sets up the loop counter and gives it an initial value. It runs only once at the start of the loop. Let's continue with condition. Before every iteration, this condition is checked. If the condition is true, the loop executes the block of code inside the curly brackets right here. If it's false, the loop will end. And lastly, we have the update. After each iteration, the value of the variable we entered in initialization increases by any number we want. This allows the loop to progress and eventually stop. Now let's continue with a simple example for loops. So let's start writing. First, we will need a variable that will be integer a equals 0. This 0 means a will start from 0, then a smaller than 5, and let's just say a plus plus. This plus plus means a will increase one by one, then the curly brackets, and you can write anything you want here. And this is all. Let's just start it. It will write hello, my name is Mete for 5 times because we said smaller than 5. If I just type this 25, let's just say, and let's just start it, it will write 25 times hello, my name is Mete. This is the basic for loop. In Java, methods are blocks of code that perform specific tasks and make your program reusable and modular. They can take inputs, parameters, execute logic, and optionally return a result. Methods help organize your code, avoid repetition, and improve readability. So let's create a custom method. Start with public. This means the method can be accessed from other parts of the program. And static. This indicates the method belongs to the class and can be called without creating an object of the class. Int. This is the return type of the method, meaning this method will return an integer value, and the name of this method you can just write whatever you want. By convention, method names start with a lowercase letter and describes the task it performs. And integer a, integer b. This is the parameter of this method. They are placeholders for the values that will be passed into the method when it's called. Let's continue. A plus B. Oops. Okay, so let me just this is the line that calculates the sum of A and B and returns the result to the method call. So it will just take sum of A and B. This is our add numbers method, so let's use it. Let me just create a result variable that equals to add numbers. I just write 15 and 5. You can write whatever you want. And then let's just print the result. When I start this program, it will take sum of 15 and 5 equals 20. You can write whatever you want. Let's write just 50 and it will write 65. In Java, classes are blueprints for creating objects. They define the properties and behaviors that the object will have. Classes help organize code and enable the principles of object-oriented programming, such as encapsulation and inheritance. So now let's look at basic classes in Java with a dog example. This dog program will create a dog object, assign it a name, and then make it bark. So let's start with creating a class named dog. And I will need a string variable named name for dog's name. Then we will continue with creating a bark method. I'm using void because this method will not return any value. So let's continue with printing. I want to just write name of the dog and then says bark. So I have to say name plus says woof. Okay. This is our barking method and this is our dog class. So let's begin to use it. First we have to create an object. It will be dog, my dog equals new dog. This creates a new instance, new object of the dog class. Then we will continue with my dog dot name equals, I want to just type body. Name of my dog will be body, and this means the value body will be assigned to name field of the my body object. Then we will just have to call the methods my dog dot bark. Now I'm gonna just hit the run button and it will say body says woof. If I change this name to star or anything else, it will say star says woof. So this is a basic example of how you can use a class in Java programming. Thank you for joining me in this beginner-friendly journey into Java programming. I hope you now feel more confident about setting up your environment, writing simple programs, and understanding key concepts like variables, control structures, methods, and object-oriented programming. Remember, the best way to master Java or any programming language is through consistent practice. So I encourage you to try out the examples we covered today and even experiment your own ideas. Thanks for watching again.